Hey, what's up guys, it's Derek from the Baseball Channel coming at you again today with yet another video. And today it's going to be a review on this Rawlings Velo. Now, this glove is kind of my old reliable. I have literally had this at least 5 years. I used it to play infield and pitcher when I was in Little League playing kid pitch. So that was probably when I was 8 or 9, and I'm 14 now, so definitely 5 years at a minimum. And the glove, it's not in great condition, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of stood to the price of time. It's still in okay condition, but the leather on it is actually pretty good for the price point. So normally these gloves go for like $120, $150, so not a crazy price, but now you can get them on sale for probably around $50, someplace, depending where you find them. So these gloves, I think they're discontinued because you don't really see them anywhere, and it's so old that I wouldn't even really expect it. So now if you do find one, a lot of times it's going to be way marked down. So that's definitely an advantage. So the leather on this, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's up to par with Heart of the High, Pro Preferred A2000 leather, because, well, it's not. This is solid, but it's not that good. Give me a break. You're paying $150 normally. Why would it be the same leather? You know? So, this glove's leather, I think, is a notch above Gold gloves and a notch below Heart of the Hides, because Gold gloves, they tend to get really floppy pretty quickly, and the leather a lot of times almost looks wrinkled. So I definitely got to give it to this when it comes to leather. It stood up decently, and I'm just fairly pleased with it. Now, this glove is an 11.5 inch. Does have a modified trapeze web, or little T. Next, the lace on this glove is surprisingly good. You know, I was looking at it. This lace is better than my A2000's lace. Wilson, I know you're not watching this, but please improve your lace. The fact that a Rawlings third tier glove has better lace than your, I don't even want to say second tier, because A2Ks and A2000s are practically the same. The fact that this has lace that's better than that, it's insulting. You know, it shouldn't be that way. It's not that hard to put better lace in your glove. It may cost you a little bit more, but please, for us, just put in decent lace. But this Rawlings lace, I gotta give them a lot of credit. It's fairly thick, it's soft, and it stretches. Now, to some people that may not sound great to have lace that stretches, but I actually really like it. If you want your fingers to be loose, I want to be able to stretch my lace to make it loose. I don't want to have to manually go in and do it. That's hard, but it's a pain to do. This lace, I have tightened the fingers a little bit because they got a little bit looser than I want, but it's not that hard to tighten, and I think having a long pinky lace actually looks kind of cool. So it's not a big deal to me. But anyways, now we're just going to hop into a different angle to get a better look at the glove itself. So meet me there. Alright guys, here we are from a different angle. As you can see, the glove, here it is. Do a quick little 360 for you guys. Alright, so now we can just kind of go over some more specific things. So, as you can see here, on the bindings, they are all single rough, except for this one in the middle. It has the Rawlings and that weird looking stitching. I don't really like that font. I definitely prefer just a small script right here on the finger, but it is what it is. And that does give you dual welting with a little black strip in the background. I think it looks okay. Again, I don't really like that stitching that much. Now, on the palm, we do have a bit of different color blocking than we normally see on gloves, but I actually think it looks really, really good. So, the inside of the palm, like farther in, you have just black. And funny thing about this glove, this black used to have a much better shine to it, but the finish on it has actually faded off. So if you can see kind of up here on the fingers, a bit of the regular color, that's what it used to be. But now it's all faded, but it's not a big deal because it faded just right back to black, so it looks pretty much the same. Now, moving on, as you can see, all around this inner palm is maroon. That's faded too, but again, not a big deal. Here on the pocket, you do have pretty good wear, but after 5 years, that's easily to be expected. Again, on the top of this finger, a good bit of wear, and then a bit on the top of the thumb as well, as you can see. Moving forward, here on this binding, as you can see, it is torn, and then along here, severe cracking on the binding. Now, here you can see the model number 7SC115CD, and you see 11.5 inches, and it says deep 130. It also says that kind of right in here, if you guys can notice that. So I think that has something to do with the depth of the pocket, but again, I'm not really sure. And then this is the overall line code, I think. So SC750. So if you find a Revo, some of them are 650, some of them are 750s. That's all I've seen. I think 750 is better, but I'm not really sure on that. Now I do just go traditional on this glove. 2 in the pinky wasn't really a thing that I knew of back then. Alright guys, sorry about that, but as you can see, the black kind of goes along the thumb towards the fingers, and then there's a little maroon cutout for this Rawlings logo. Now this is so unique with this glove, and I actually really like that. It's just so different, and I think it looks kind of cool, especially with this outline. And then here you have just a little Revo patch with the solid core. I'm not 100% sure what the solid core means. I think it has something to do with this heel construction. So, more with that. This glove, as you can see, has laces here and laces here. But there's no lace here on this heel pad. Now, let me show you my A2000. As you can see, two laces, or the lace comes together to connect those two pieces of leather. However, on this glove, there is no lace. So, anyone, if you're interested in taking out heel padding, it may be a bit tricky on this glove. However, the heel pad is, I think, perfect on this glove. There's not too much, not too little. I think it's great. As you can see, here's the longer pinky lace that I was talking about from tightening it like that. I wouldn't cut it. I think it looks good. So this glove could use some oil. Now let me show you a ball in the pocket. As you can see, it pretty much swallows a ball. The pocket is deep 130. No, honestly, the pocket is usable for pretty much anywhere. The glove's a bit small for the outfield now, but when I was younger, at the beginning of travel, when I was playing a bit of outfield, this definitely got the job done. Excuse me. Really, it's just an overall solid glove. The leather on it is decent. It has only worn but so much, considering I've had it for, 5 years. And, it almost sits up. I mean, it pretty much sits up. And part of that is I haven't used it, and it's kind of gotten stiff over the winter. But still, there's something to be said for that. Now, funny thing, I used to keep this glove inside out, just sitting in my bag. So like this. Just like that. Guys, do not do this. this is probably the worst thing you can do for your glove. To keep it like that, that stretched out the entire palm, and it just got thrown around everywhere in my bag. If you need to put your glove in your bag for whatever reason, I don't recommend it. Put a softball in your glove. This glove used to be flat, just sit like this. I put the softball in the glove, and it's actually improved to the point where it can almost sit up. I mean, it kept a bit of life in this glove, but now that I have my A2000, once that's broken in, which it will be by the season, this will be officially retired. I won't be using this anymore, and part of that is because this lining is all starting to crack. It's probably really hard to tell, but this inner liner is all cracking, and it's getting really uncomfortable. Same with the finger stalls, but overall, it's a very solid glove. I definitely recommend it for anyone who's in the market. If you can find one, I definitely recommend picking one up. This is a very good, I guess you could say, budget glove. But, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and play ball. This is the Baseball Channel.